Hello Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie, and I'm here on day 3 of the 12 days of Christmas. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I will be doing 12 days of gifts to give, projects that you can create with paper, candy, and some other little items to give during the holidays to friends, co-workers, service people in the industry. And today we're on day 3, and I am featuring the stamp set Birds of a Feather. Now this stamp set has, I love this stamp set. It has something for almost every holiday. You have this little chicken here, and it's got a heart, so you could make a card for love, but you could also make something for Valentine's Day, so that's good any time of the year. You've got this little bird here with the hat, and you could crop that hat off and crop off the star here, and so you could use that bird for more than just Christmas. You have this little duck down here, and he's obviously for Halloween, and there's a little saying trick or treat. But look at this turkey. Isn't he so adorable? I did make a video earlier in the year, and I did some little Thanksgiving table favors, and those were super cute too. So this is definitely a stamp set that I'm going to hold on to, and you might want to look at it in the holiday catalog if you haven't already. It's still available, and it will be available for a little while longer. So this is the one that I will be featuring on day 3 today. We're going to use this little bird here. The project we're going to be making is this little box, and it's just in one of the acetate boxes from the catalog. And when you open it up, I have put a little Bath Fizzy in here, and I found these at Dollar Tree. There were 3 in a package, so I think these make a really cute little table favor, or if you had a little Secret Santa gift you had to give to somebody, those would be cute. They're good for all ages. Everybody loves to take a bath and enjoy a little Bath Fizzy. So I'm going to show you how to make this. I'm just trying to put the ribbon back on. I did use this little tag here. This is from the greeting from the stamp set Birds of a Feather, but the die cut, I realized I just put that on backwards, came from the Jolly Season. It's a little die that's in that set, and so I did just cut that out with it. And I set it somewhere safe, and I wanted to show you, and I've actually misplaced it, so I can't show it to you. But it does come in the Jolly Season die set, which coordinates with the Holly Jolly suite in the catalog. So let's get started. I'm going to turn this way so you can see I already assembled the box. Well, here's that little piece. This makes a cute little tag, and it just cuts right out. So you do have to have a small greeting, and it would fit with a lot of them. All right, now I'm going to really put that in a safe place. These are called clear tiny treat boxes, and there are 16 in a package, and they come flat, and all you need to do is just assemble them, and that's what I've done here. I put a little red crinkle paper inside, and I did already put my Bath Fizzy in there. Now this is a 2x2 box, so there's plenty of room for any kind of treats that you want to put in there. You can put other little fun trinkets that are not candy in there, little things that you can find at the dollar store or wherever. So this is a real useful size box. Let me show you what you're going to need. I have a piece of designer paper here cut at 1 7/8 inch, because the box is 2 inches. I want it to be just slightly shorter than that, by 10. I did cut, because this is 12-inch designer paper, I cut 2 inches off the end, and then I made this piece 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. I then cut a square of real red to coordinate with the paper to 2 by 2 inches. And of course I have my little greeting that I cut out with that Holly Jolly, actually it's called Jolly Season die. And then I stamped the Enjoy the Season that came in the Birds of the Feather stamp set. And then I used the Stitch Shapes circle, and that's what I'm going to stamp my bird on. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the bird now. And then I'll color this cute little bird in with the Stampin' Blends markers. And I'm just using Dark Mango Melody. I'm going to use that for the beak and for the star. I'm using Light Pool Party, and that's what I'm going to use to color this cute little bird in. Have you used the Stampin' Blends markers yet? These are my favorite markers to color with. I like them because they don't really leave coloring lines, and even as a kid I worked really hard with my crayons to not have lines on my pictures from the crayons or markers or whatever I was using. So I love the markers. I love that you can blend them to get a different look with them. Today I'm not blending, but I could if I wanted to take a little more time. Now I'm just using the Dark Real Red for the hat. Okay, and the last thing that I want to do is I love sparkle so much that I want to put a little sparkle on the top of his hat. So I'm just using a two-way glue pen, just a liquid glue pen. And I put that on the pom-pom on his hat and on the brim of the hat. And then I'm just going to use some of our Stampin' Glitter. And I'm just going to put that just up there. And so you can see it makes it real sparkly. I'm just going to set that aside while I make the box. And then I'm going to take my piece of, you're going to want a strong adhesive, and so I'm going to use the Tear and Tape. And I'm going to start, this is the front of my box, so I'm going to start at the back. The box itself will be 8 inches all around, and I made this at 10, so I know I have plenty to overlap. And whenever I make a box, I could go through and score, but I like this method a little bit better. I'm just going to kind of, whoops, I pinched a little bit too hard. I'm going to lightly pinch the paper as I go around the box. That way I'll know exactly where it needs to be creased. And then I'm back at the back again, so I'm going to crease it. Now I'm going to remove it from the box, and I can just pinch it or use the bone folder. And I'm going to secure all those edges that I just lightly pinched. I find that that's the best way when you're trying to get paper to match or to go around something instead of scoring if you're able to. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of Tear and Tape on the 2 edges. And then I'm going to peel that off. And then again, start in the back and secure that first. Oops, I think I have the wrong piece here. I'm going to secure that on the back here where I first started. And then I'm just going to move my way around the box, and all of those creases should match up perfectly. Now when I get to the back, I'm just going to hold my finger where the adhesive is so I can match it up and make sure that it's lined up with both edges of the paper. Secure that down really well. And so the only other thing we need to do is finish the top here. I'm going to take my piece of designer paper and just use a little bit of adhesive and put that on the top. And then I will use Tear and Tape because it's sticking to the acetate box there. So I have a couple pieces of the Tear and Tape. I'm going to remove the backing again. And then I'll just secure that on the top of the box. Okay, so that part is done. Now the only other thing we need to do is put our little bird, nothing's going to be on the top except a ribbon, so I'm going to find the front of my box. So here it is. And I am going to put my little bird on with a couple dimensionals just because I want it to pop off of there. And I'll put that on the front. And then for this one, I did use some of the cotton ribbon. But because we're doing a red box, I'm going to use the silver metallic edge ribbon. It's this one here. Isn't it so pretty? So I'm just going to bring that around the box. I'll grab my paper snip so that I can cut it. Make sure that you have enough for a bow, unless you want to tie just a knot at the top, and that's fine too. And now remember, this is a 2-inch box if you haven't used them before, so you can fit lots of things in there. K-Cup fits inside of here. Like I said, Hershey Kisses, Nuggets will fit in there. Not any of the Little Debbie snack cakes wouldn't fit in there, but I'm sure you could find some other little kind of treats. If you make homemade treats like fudge or something, that would be great in there, or a little bit of Chex Mix or something. So now I have this tied on the top. All I'm going to do is take a little piece of the white baker's twine. I'm going to feed it underneath the bow. And then I'm going to feed that tag onto there. And just tie another bow right on top so that it's looks very festive and friendly. And then if we need to, we can cut a little bit of that off. There we go. Let me clean up my desk here. So there we are. How adorable is that? Who wouldn't love to get this? And I think the little bird lends itself to being masculine or feminine. So if I had a male coworker, I definitely would give this out to them. I probably wouldn't put a Bath Fizzy in it, but like I said, you could do a K-Cup or some other treats. So I hope that you enjoyed this project today, and I hope that you will come back and join me again. If you're finding me on YouTube, if you would do me a favor and click the subscribe button, I would really appreciate you following me and staying up to date with all my latest videos. If you also are following me on YouTube, come on over to Facebook and find me at facebook.com/stampitwithdebbie. And we have a lot of fun over there, sharing things and different ideas. We have some fun challenges sometimes. So check me out over on Facebook, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another gift to give. Thanks so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful day.